Well, I always liked beading and crafting. And back in like the mid-90s, a couple friends of mine opened up yin yang beads, and I started working for them. So I learned a lot of things there. In the beginning, it was just, it was a lot of, well, what am I doing? Because I was young, I was 22. So there was a lot of things that I didn't know. So it was a lot, it was a huge learning curve. There was a lot of, and I was fortunate to have people who I could call and help me out with if it was a tax problem, if it was, talking about doing inventory, if it was, just like calling local friends who had their own shops and just, asking for help. So it was the unknown, but that was, and then just kind of fitting in and figuring out what we wanted to do. We're talking in 1995, and it was different then. Like, the internet was just something you talked about, so it was very different. But I would try different things. It was like, you try a few things and see what worked for you and what didn't. So like local papers sometimes. I started years ago listing in, there's bead publications, so like for instance under shop listings, so that helped too. Just people, if they're coming in from out of town, if they're hitting Michigan and they're looking for what bead stores are in Farmington, they knew where to find me. So I can consistently do that. That was one thing I haven't changed in 20 years, is just a bead magazine listing. How have I grown? I've learned lots of things. I've learned in terms of just the techniques as much as I can, so that I can help my customers. I want to be able, a value, like a resource for them. I want to be able to help them. So I'm really self-taught. I've never taken a class, but you do something long enough, and if you work hard enough at it, you get better at it. I supply to people who make a wide variety, but I really enjoy seed bead work or off-loom bead weaving with the small beads. I like kind of mixed media, like what I have, just chain beads. I like wire work. There's things like macrame and kumihimo, so it's using fibers. So I do that too. That's what I like to do. So there's a lot of different things out there. We do, there's lots of different bead making and crafting that goes on. There's several shows throughout the city, but that usually starts the end of January and runs till the first part of February. A lot of new products are unveiled, new colors. Yeah, they're market. I have won a couple of the like the Click on Detroit Vote for the Best. I won a couple years in a row for Best Bead Shop in 2013 and 2014, I think. And then a Patch Award. That was like a local, like hyper-local news website that was just like local Best Bead Shop. This is as much as I can handle. This is what I like. I like small. This is, I can't imagine anything. Maybe a larger shop one day would be like the dream, and that's not in any immediate plans, but like I would never leave Farmington. I would always just have this here.